We're Kim and Al. Last year, we made some pretty big changes. We retired, sold our house in the city, and moved north to an old farm homestead at the end of its life. Our plan is to build an off-grid home ourselves. This year, with our solar and septic systems completed, as well as basic four-season shelter, we're ready to take on the challenge of building our forever home. We're excited to share our experience as we continue to create this new life on the North River. Hey guys, so we're going to be back in the farmhouse today. It's super cold, so we've decided that we are doing a non-mask day because they get fogged up in the cold and they're pretty uncomfortable and just generally speaking not
yeah, they don't feel great.
Not the best.
To keep them sealed to your face. You know what I mean? It's a little uncomfortable after a while.
Yeah.
I think after about 2 hours they don't feel so great, but yeah, I can imagine we're just going to do some non-dust kicking upping stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to sort out the wood that we already took down and just figure out what we're going to burn and what we are going to keep. And then that's probably going to take most of the day.
Yep.
So yeah, we're going to take it a little bit easy today.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got wood that we want to keep. Some of it's kind of busted up, but we'll keep it all the same because we need to build a kind of storage shed or shelter for all the wood that the farmhouse is comprised of. But before we do that, just getting better at planning things out ahead and drawing pictures first. But what we need to do is the math. You know, how much volume do we actually need? So that means that we'll be counting up the main studs, the 4x4s that comprise the walls, the sheathing, all the boards that are on the inside and the outside. You know, that's essentially the sheathing. And then the rafters, the rafter ties, all that we have to get a pretty accurate count of and then do some math based on the width and the thickness of the boards, just so that we know, you know, is it 1 meter tall, 3 meters, you know, deep, 10 meters wide or whatever. That's probably way too long, but you know, it would really stink to just kind of wing it like we tend to do and then find out that it's either woefully undersized and we can't fit everything in it, or, you know, probably equally problematic if it's bigger than it needs to be and then it's like a hazard that's going to catch wind because it's higher than it needs to be, wider, whatever.
Yeah, because our main focus this winter is going to be taking down that farmhouse, so it is going to be a very organized dismantling in that, you know, the snow is coming soon, like anytime now.
Yep.
So we do want to make sure that as we go, we're kind of cleaning up that mess and then moving on to the next mess, and then cleaning up that mess and moving on to the next, so that we have places to put everything and... yeah,
and we really have to think through. Anybody that wants to comment on opinion, you know, I'll take it, but trying to figure out how we take it apart. Like, clearly the roof kind of has to come off last or close to last. Like, if we were to take the roof off right now, then we've got all this wood to you know, like floors to pull up. Like, yeah, like for instance, the flooring are essentially 2x4s, like tongue and groove 2x4s. They're that thick. So a lot of useful lumber, but you know, it takes time to take that apart. So if we took the roof off, then it's snowing in there, everything's getting wet, potentially wrecking some of the materials that we're trying to conserve. So the roof has to come off close to last, but it can't come off very last. I would be worried that if we brought it right down to just the stick frame and the roof, that it would be at risk of collapsing in the wind. So we'll do some reading and kind of figure out, you know.
We have watched a couple videos so far, and we have had some suggestions, but we're not sure exactly what we're going to do yet.
Haven't settled on a plan of attack specifically.
So at this point, we don't need to worry about it yet, but soon. So we are really looking forward to it, though, because once this is down, we're really hoping to have this done by the spring so we can get our foundation down and start our new house.
Yeah, get right at her. Get any slivers like this?
For keeping or?
Burn.
What about this piece?
Burn, yeah.
The whole piece or
Yeah,
up to
don't
here?
throw it though like I just did. Let's try and kick up the floor, like dust on the floor.
Okay.
This stuff is like all, I
can't make any use of it. But even some of this scraggly stuff, the truth is I can't use it. So what we're making is going to be pretty. It's going to kind of like be the woodshed, you know what I mean? Where you just kind of piece it together like a puzzle.
Yeah.
And let me cut it up for you. So we're just pulling up all this old plywood and the wallpaper, and we're just basically trying to get to the place where we can expose all the sheathing. This, oh, maybe it's not. That's not exciting. It's been cut too. We thought this was a tree that was actually from the outside growing in through, but that does not seem to be the case.
That would have been awesome.
Anticlimactic. Onward and upward. What did I do with the impact driver? There we are. I gotta take this off. needs to get us through the winter. One more winter, and this guy's long, hard night is over.
So we're going to be leaving these windows open. Well, oh my thing isn't. So that we're not working in the dark in here. But they are closed up so that the snow can't get in at least.
Well, most of the snow. I might board the top of that one up a little bit,
Yeah.
just because it's an obvious hole.
Yeah.